Hi all, I'm making panzanella salad today. This is that famous rustic peasant style salad that the Italians love to eat. They love to use their day-old bread, so please do that. I'm going to toast my bread today too, to make it even tastier. And I'm going to be using grape tomatoes instead of regular tomatoes because I think they have great flavor all year long. But I'm also going to roast the tomatoes, which is going to add flavor to them. Once you learn how to roast a vegetable this way, you can do any of them. This is going to have some basil in it and some red onion, salt and pepper. It's really dynamite, and I'm also going to add white cannellini beans, and that's going to give you some protein in the salad, and you can eat this as a main dish meal. So please enjoy the video, and if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel yet, please do. I would really love it. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, and ciao. I'm going to take these tomatoes that just happen to be on a stem and get them off. I usually don't buy them this way, but you know, they came this way and they looked really beautiful today. Then we're going to give them a quick wash and then dry them a little bit, and I'm going to dress them with some extra virgin olive oil. I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. I'm also going to use the oven to toast my bread cubes. So let me measure this to see about how many cups I have, but I think 2 pints are usually just enough. So this is a 3-cup measure, and so this is about 2.5 cups. Don't worry if you don't have the exact amount. It's just all going to work out, even if it's close. I'm just going to get some of the water off of the tomatoes, because if I don't, and I add my oil to this, it may spit in the oven, okay? So we're gonna glaze our tomatoes with extra virgin olive oil. So get yourself a good heavy-duty roasting pan, okay? And now we're going to dress our tomatoes. I just want to glaze them with this. I don't want to flood them. Like I said, I don't want them baking in the oven with too much olive oil on them, but be generous enough to coat. So this is what you should be seeing, okay? And if there's any residual olive oil on the bottom of the pan, we can use that with our dressing, or we can save it for cooking. But I think I pretty much glazed it. There's just a little bit left here, and that's fine. Now I'm going to salt and pepper these. That's really important. So I'm using kosher salt, okay, and maybe about 1/2 teaspoon. And I have some fresh ground pepper. And I'm going to toss these now, coat them all, and lay them right out on my cookie sheet. Off to the oven right now. So I'm putting them into a 400-degree oven, and these should take about 15 minutes to roast. If not, you can cook them a little longer. Just wait and see till they brown and char and collapse, and then you're done. I'll shake them up a little bit. So let's cube our bread. I'm also going to have another cookie sheet. You can use any kind of a baking pan as long as you fit your bread in it. I have a day-old bowl here, and I'm just going to cut it into 1-inch pieces. We're ready for the oven. So grab your red onion. We're not going to use a lot of this. I like to cut off my ends first because of sometimes a little bacteria can get caught in the root. Okay, and Red onion is really sweet and it's a salad onion, so that's why I like to use it. You could use a Vidalia onion, or you could even use scallions in this if you wanted. So I'm going to cut my onion in half through the North Pole and just lay it down flat. And I really don't want huge pieces in my panzanella salad, but I do want them, you know, not lost in the salad. So what I'm going to do is slice, and then I'll hone these down. Try and make them a little bit thin so that they're easier to eat. There you go. So here's my fresh basil, and I'm just going to pluck it. I still have a basil plant, but I'm sure it won't last long. There's different ways of chopping basil for different dishes, but I kind of like to chiffonade it, and that's a technique where you cut it into a little ribbon. You grab a few pieces and you roll them up tight, and you just keep your fingers in, and you're gonna end up with little tiny ribbons of basil. It's really pretty in this salad. So make sure that you rinse your white beans. A lot of time, they're really packed in some gooey stuff, and it's not going to taste great in your salad. And now we're going to add, on red wine vinegar, it's usually about 1/4 to 1/2 as much. I like to taste afterwards, so let me do 1/4 cup. So that's half of this. So I'm going to add some fresh black pepper again. Maybe 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. And you want to mix it up till it's really well blended. You can see how smooth it is. But right before I put it onto my panzanella salad, I do want to stir it up because it will separate. Let me give it a taste. That's really delicious. It has a little bit of the bite from the red wine vinegar, which I love. If you find your vinegar is too strong, just add a little bit more of your olive oil, and that will sort of soften the flavor. But this is really just perfect for this salad. So here are the tomatoes. They've been cooking for about 20-25 minutes. They're charred, they've collapsed. They're going to be wonderful. I'm going to let them cool too. I don't want to put them in the salad while they're really hot. And here's our bread. It's not really brown, but it's definitely totally dried out. So I'm going to let that cool too. So let's put this together. I'm going to add my bread first. In goes my tomatoes. Let's put the white beans in. Here's the red onion. I can add a little more if I want to after. And here's my shredded basil. So let's give this a spin with a spoon first and really mix it all well until we are ready to add our vinaigrette. If I add my vinaigrette now, it might be really inconsistent on all of the ingredients. Give it a turn. You can add more tomatoes to the recipe. I had about 2.5 to 3 cups. If you want to do 4 cups or even more, it depends on how tomatoey you want it. All right, so I think this is mixed up pretty well. And now you can see, just letting my vinaigrette settle and sit, that it separates a little bit. So we just want to mix it all up to refreshen it. So I'm going to drizzle part of it on and then give it a stir. And the reason why is I just want it to cover both the top and the bottom ingredients. This smells so great. What a great way to use up bread, day-old bread, or tomatoes. Even if you have some whole tomatoes and they're kind of ready to go, roasting them will be great. All right, let me do a little bit more. And if for any reason you feel there's not enough dressing, just whip up another small batch of it. And like I said, you can use it for other salads in the future. Ah, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to finish off the dressing. So I'm going to clean up the bowl for company. Okay. And here is the beautiful panzanella salad with white beans. This is so great for the winter months. Please enjoy.